Have you ever felt like no matter who you vote for, nothing really changes? It's a common feeling, and it makes you wonder, who is actually pulling the strings? Today we're putting on our detective hats to investigate a huge, shadowy question. Who really runs the country? Is it the politicians we elect, or are they just the public face for a much more powerful, hidden force? Welcome to our investigation. Let's start with a simple, everyday object, your smartphone. Think about it. Where was it made? What companies supplied the parts? What software does it run on? The journey of this one device crosses multiple countries and involves dozens of powerful corporations. These companies don't just sell us products, they build massive global supply chains, employ millions of people, and generate revenue larger than the GDP of many nations. Now, here's where it gets interesting. When a company is that big, its interests are no longer just about business. Its interests become national interests. Think of it like a chess game. On one side, you have governments who are supposed to represent the people. On the other, you have these giant multinational corporations. The government needs them for jobs, for technology, for economic growth. If a huge tech company threatens to move its headquarters or a massive factory to another country, what happens? Suddenly, thousands of jobs are at risk. The local economy could tank. That gives the corporation immense leverage. They can go to the government and say, "We need you to lower our taxes or relax these environmental regulations, otherwise we might have to relocate." It's a tough spot for any politician. Do they stand up for the regulations they believe in, or do they cave to protect the economy and their own political future? This is the core of what some call a puppet state. It's not that the politicians are literally puppets on strings, but their hands are often tied. The corporations become so essential to the country's health that the government can't afford to say no to them. Their priorities start to shape national policy, from trade deals to labor laws. But this influence isn't always so direct. It's often much more subtle, happening behind closed doors. This brings us to our next clue in this investigation: lobbying. In many countries, it's perfectly legal for corporations to spend millions of dollars to influence lawmakers. They hire professional lobbyists, often former politicians themselves, who have direct access to the halls of power. Their job is to educate lawmakers on certain issues, which really means persuading them to vote in a way that benefits the corporation's bottom line. It's a system where money can buy access, and access can shape laws. We're talking about everything from what's in the food we eat, to the price of our medications, to the kind of energy we use. Have you ever wondered why a certain law that seems like common sense never gets passed? Or why a harmful industry continues to get subsidies? Lobbying is often the answer. It's a legal, institutionalized way for corporate interests to become government policy. What do you think about this? Is this just a normal part of politics, or is it a corruption of the democratic process? Let me know your response in the comment below. Now, let's follow the money trail even further. Beyond lobbying, there's the world of campaign finance. Running for office is incredibly expensive. Where does all that money come from? A huge chunk of it comes from large corporations and wealthy donors. When a politician accepts a massive donation for their re-election campaign, it's not just a friendly gift, it's an investment. The donors expect a return on that investment, whether it's a favorable legislation, a lucrative government contract, or a tax break. It creates a subtle but powerful sense of obligation. The politician knows who helped them get elected, and they might think twice before passing a law that hurts their biggest supporters. This revolving door phenomenon, where politicians and regulators leave their government jobs to take high-paying positions in the very industries they used to regulate, just makes it all worse. It blurs the line between public service and private profit. Let's connect this back to our daily lives. Why is your internet bill so high? It might be because a few giant telecom companies have lobbied to prevent more competition. Why do you see so many ads for prescription drugs? Because pharmaceutical companies successfully lobbied to allow direct-to-consumer advertising. Why is it so hard to repair your own electronics? Because tech companies have fought against right-to-repair laws to protect their profitable repair services. These aren't just abstract political issues. They have a direct impact on our wallets and our quality of life. The corporate influence on government is shaping the world we live in one law at a time. It dictates the choices available to us and often limits them in favor of profit. So, we've looked at economic leverage, lobbying, and campaign finance. It paints a pretty clear picture. While we vote for politicians, there's a powerful parallel system of influence at play, one that's driven by corporate money and interests. It's a system that's designed to be complex and opaque, happening in quiet meetings and through complicated legal documents, far from public view. This is how a state can begin to serve corporate interests, sometimes even more than its own citizens. So, who really runs the country? The answer isn't a simple conspiracy. It's not one person or a secret group in a dark room. It's a system where immense economic power naturally translates to immense political power. The politicians are the public face, the actors on the stage, but the script is heavily influenced by their corporate sponsors. Does this mean we're powerless? Absolutely not. Understanding the system is the first step to changing it. Shining a light on these practices, demanding transparency in lobbying and campaign finance, and supporting organizations that fight for consumer rights are all crucial actions. The greatest power we have is our collective voice and our attention. By talking about this, we make it a political issue that leaders can no longer ignore. So, our investigation leads us here. The puppet masters aren't mysterious villains. They're the structures and systems that allow wealth to buy influence. The challenge for us, the citizens, is to be the force that pulls the strings back in the direction of the public good. What do you think is the most effective way to do that? What part of this puzzle have I missed? This is a huge topic, and I know you all have incredible insights. Let's continue this investigation together in the comments. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive. If you found this thought-provoking, please hit that like button and subscribe for more investigations into the systems that shape our world. Stay curious and see you in the next video.